Hello and welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 149. Super Power People.
Super Power People.
In this week's episode, Red Dead is about. JfG Ash loves a good fishing system.
Huge fan.
JfG Alex has played Knack. It's RPG week in Out This Week. And finally, JJ talks Monster Hunter.
Cheers, buddy. Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 149. My name is Alex, and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey, buddy. How you doing there?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, as always, feeling good on a Wednesday. Yeah. Sparkling thoughts give me the hope to go on. Yeah, feeling good. Wednesday. Oh, mate, it's my last day that I'm going to be 32.
Shit. Fucking birthday boy tomorrow.
Birthday boy tomorrow. Yeah, indeed, mate. 33. In the place to be.
How does it feel?
It feels like every other Wednesday. I'm ready to talk about what I've done this week. Oh, yeah.
Oh, go on. I was about to ask that, actually. That's so serendipitous.
Who'd have thought it? Fucking snow. It was back again this week. It was back again this week. What a joker.
Liberty.
It pops
ridiculous.
Up. You know, I go to bed. Next morning I wake up, there's a foot of snow.
You don't want that.
I'm not liking it. And then...
It's getting in the way.
Obviously, that's not enough snow, so I can't get to work because it's already started melting and the roads are fine.
I know, right?
Oh, it's just, you know, if you're going to do it, fucking do it, you know.
Hard to have a snow day when you work from home as well, by the way. Just so you know.
Hopefully everyone else has a snow day, therefore, ergo, you have the snow day because no one goes to work.
No, all it leads to is me answering all of the phones for the entire business.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So, that'd be lovely.
Just be like, no, I'm snowed in. Like,
snowed in
my bedroom. And,
in my bed.
And, my laptop's in the other room. I can't get out. There's like...
Can't get out.
10 foot of snow. Like,
yeah, it's up to me waist.
Yeah, I can't get there.
Always riddled with snow.
Arctic tundra and all.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So, fucking snow. You know what else is fucking annoying? Our website. I had a lovely time with that this week.
It sounds like you had a delightful time, as many of our long-term listeners will know. This particular week in February, essentially the week before your birthday, is when our hosting's up basically, and we have to sort out the next time round.
Sort out more monies and things. So I moved hosting because it was 40 quid cheaper.
Yes,
and that made sense.
We want to be responsible with the money we're donated, so that's why we do that. But unfortunately, in doing so, that causes a great deal of fucking work and aggro for you.
I didn't change the website domain this year, which was probably a good idea because I feel like if I'd done that, I think we'll just keep that forever now. Yeah. And but even just changing the hosting was just a fucking ball ache. I don't know why. I transferred it all over. I was like, sweet, I've got this. And then I had all kinds of issues because we've now got SSL fucking super protection.
Yeah, we got a certificate and everything.
Yeah, we're certificated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your fucking personal details are safe on our website now.
Street Beat is entirely 100% secure at this point.
Unlike before.
Gibbons. It's a full-blown gibbon.
Wow, that's the internet these days. Who knows what's going to happen? You click on a link, what are you going to see? Something nice or someone taking a shit on someone.
Yeah, on a glass table, probably.
I mean, scat or scat, buddy.
Yeah, straight down the middle. Jazz or shit.
What are you going to do? Take
a punt.
Exactly, 50-50 chance. You got to do it. Get you into it. What did we say when you've started? You got to. I can't remember what we said. Like when you go and you're going or something last week. Something stupid anyway. Anyway, yeah. So websites, yeah, they're the best. It's all up and running now. Everything is awesome. Probably no one noticed a fucking thing apart from me for a crazy 24 hours.
Well, they'll all have, if they follow us on the podcast apps, they would have received a mysterious test podcast, which is just the JfG quiz jingle.
I know, it's just
one
of my
ignore that,
favourites.
buddies. Yeah, it's a beauty.
One. Beautiful, beautiful song. So yeah, website's all up and running now. I will finally get round to adding that download button on the podcast page. For some reason, I haven't done it. But yeah, it's been good.
That's okay.
I've been doing some house hunting this week, buddy. Been looking at some houses to move to.
Oh shit! Okay, buddy. And how's that coming? Are you sticking in your immediate vicinity, buddy?
Yeah, we kind of have to stay within the vicinity of the area of the borough due to schooling, because my youngest daughter isn't in the school yet. So if we move out of that area, then her chances of getting in decrease dramatically. Yeah,
and you're not going to play her like that. It's not fair,
no,
is it?
Exactly.
Especially with the other two all sorted.
Just a fucking ball ache, really. So yeah, saw some nice houses. Nothing amazing. We're getting our house valued on Tuesday, I think. Maybe Tuesday. I can't remember.
Nice. That'll give you some idea in that. That'd be
cool. Fingers crossed. They'll be like, your house is worth £5 million. I'll be like, fucking sweet.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that'd be nice. Get some change from that. Maybe buy a new TV or something.
There you go.
Yeah, the idea of purchasing a new 4K monitor is definitely a no-go, seeing as I'm trying to save as much money for a inevitable house move in the next 6 months to a year.
Yeah, that will put a dampener on material articles, won't it?
Fucking ball bags.
Yeah, just fucking cut your losses, get hold of a lot of cardboard and build yourself some sort of post-apocalyptic, sort of under a bridge-esque sort of fort, buddy, and just run a power line down there and you can get all the monitors you need at that point.
That's all you need, mate.
The kids will love it.
Yeah, definitely, obviously.
Yeah.
And finally, buddy, I won the game of buying games again, not on purpose, because obviously I bought Civilization 6 a couple of 3 weeks ago or something, and that was part of the Humble Bundle subscription, and as soon as it turned February, or like the 5th of February or something like that, loads of other games unlocked for me. So I now own, obviously, Civ 6, Tacoma, which I'm looking forward to, Life is Strange again, so that won't get played.
The sequel to Life is Strange.
Maybe we'll have a giveaway for that. I think I've got a Steam key for it, so there you go.
Oh, okay.
We'll do a giveaway. Leave us, I don't know, something. What do we do? What
would be best? Probably iTunes reviews would be the best.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone's already done that.
We'll come up with something. We'll have a competition or something next week.
Next week, yeah. What else did I get? Owlboy.
Okay, that's out on the consoles this week.
Yeah. Black the Fool, don't know what that is. I got Snake Pass, which I'm kind of looking forward to playing. You're a snake.
Yeah, that looks cool. That sort of cutesy kind of Banjo-Kazooie-esque graphics.
I nearly bought it the other week on Switch actually because it was on sale. I was like, oh, that'd be quite fun. That'd be nice.
Another good Switch game.
Don't have to, because I own it. The Norwood Suite, which I don't know what that is. Fortune 499, no idea what that is. And then finally, buddy, Dark Souls 3.
Your favourite franchise.
The DLC. Yeah.
You're going to want that DLC, buddy, because you're obviously going to complete that.
I'm going to complete the shit out of that, and I'm going to be like, I just need to fit more Dark Souls in my ass right now.
Need more punishment, please.
Fucking, can we squeeze a bit more in my bum?
Bit of downloadable punishment. There you go.
Oh, like it.
Nice.
So yeah, buddy, apart from that, not a lot really. Same old. Playing games, wanting to play games while I'm at work, and fixing the website up again. That's me.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's that sorted for another year.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not going to redesign it again this year. No.
I'm happy. It's looking tip-top, buddy. We don't need anything going on there. It's beautiful. Like a teapot.
if you guys can think of anything you'd like to see on our website, apart from obviously dick pics,
within reason,
let us know. Where can you find us, buddy? Plugging it early.
You can find us at our website, buddy, the JfG Podcast.co.uk. You can find us on there. Pop us something on Street Beat, and then you get read out on the show with your ideas and that. You can do that. You can just do it.
Or if you don't want to get involved on Street Beat, you can just contact us directly through the whatever section. I'm going to say contact section.
I think it is contact. Yeah, it certainly sounds like it should be that if it isn't.
Fucking thing.
I know, right?
Yeah. So
you're all clued up.
Yeah, there you go. That's me. What you been up to, mate? Anything better than that?
I wouldn't like to rate it, buddy, if I'm honest, but I've been doing bits and bobs. We've had a bit of snow down here, although nothing like the sort of level of snow that you've had up there. So
north, it's cold up north, mate.
We've been waddling about in the snow. It's been all right.
Snow?
Yeah, just a little bit down here, not too much. Not very winter wonderlandy, if I'm honest. Lots of food-related items from me this week. No change there, really. People are probably used to that at this point.
Got ya.
Eating and preparing food and going for dinner places, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Got the old rice cooker out this week, buddy. Did some authentic Persian cooking at the weekend.
Persian, like the cat.
A little bit like the cat, yes. That sort of province, buddy. That sort of vicinity. So
nice.
Did the lovely rice with the butter and the saffron. It was fucking tasty. Did some cheeky kebabs, marinated the chicken in yogurt and spices and shit. It was a beautiful thing. Lovely times. That fucking rice cooker. What a wonderful investment, buddy. Just so very special. After all the time talking about it, it really is coming to its own these days. So yeah, that was my Saturday. And then on the Sunday, my folks came down, went out for a bit of a cheeky roast. You got to have your cheeky roast. Beautiful stuff.
Got to have a cheeky roast at the weekend,
Fucking sweet as the punch. And then in the week, I've actually been doing all manner of cooking, including I got old cheeky Funkamo's pasta machine out, buddy. I've been making some fresh pasta this week.
What?
Oh yeah.
Are you been using your 00 flour up then? Or
I have, yeah. I need to start getting through it, don't I? So I've been busting that out. Starting to perfect it now to some degree. Did the little bow ties, buddy. Very easy. The little bow ties. Just cut them into rectangles and pinch them in the middle. That's all you need.
That's all you got to do. No bother, mate. Easy.
Fucking sweet as the punch. So yeah, I've been perfecting that. Going to be cooking some of that up at the weekend. Got some friends coming down. So that's sweet as the proverbial.
Nice.
Other than that, not a lot really. Counting down to my birthday. Got some time off around that week. So going to go do some cool shit. Heading to old Harry Potter land in that week off, buddy.
Good shout, buddy.
Indeed. As you know very well.
I'm
that's going to be a
clued up
magical wizarding world of Harry Potter.
That's exactly what I'd call it, wizardly.
It's going to be a wizardly sort of day, I would imagine. So, that's going to be sweet as the punch. And yeah, just keeping an eye out for those VR deals, buddy. Not having much joy at the moment, really, with the old reductions. It's not a great time of the year for big sales and stuff, to be honest. So, yeah.
Buddy, if you book them, they will come.
I'm looking every day on lots of different websites, just sort of keeping an eye out. Sort of the cheapest that I've seen it. I've seen it cheap, but on a website that is woefully reviewed, not remotely reputable or anything. So I saw it on there for $220 just for the headset.
That's not bad.
It's decent, isn't it? That was for the headset and the camera.
So you could get rid of that camera, because obviously...
Yeah, I think they're going for about 25 on eBay, so that's not too bad.
25 quid you get back.
But honestly, this site's reviewed so poorly that there's YouTube videos of people's horror stories with them. So
so no.
No dice.
That's a bad idea.
So the one that I've got my eye on at the moment is there's a website called GameSeek, and they've got it on there for $249.99.
Yeah.
Just the headset. Because the headset with the camera and VR worlds on all of the major retailers is $350 still, and that's just more than I'm willing to pay, especially when you've got to fork out for the Move controllers as well on top up of that. We're heading into TV money territory.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I think with a little perseverance, I'm hoping in the next sort of week, 10 days or so, it's going to pop up. That one where it's like 250, they're currently out of stock, so I've got a stock alert out on that.
Nice.
And I've seen the Move controllers. I think I can get some second-hand Move controllers for about sort of 45 for a pair. So it should come in under 300 for the whole package with a couple of games as well.
Oh, nice.
And that's not too bad, I don't think. But yeah, that's me, buddy. Probably only remains for me to ask exactly what you're fucking drinking, my friend.
I'm back on the Abbots this week, being cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's cheap and tasty. I like it.
Bit of cheap booze, that's all you need, really.
It's a good 5%er. You know, nothing wrong with a bit of Green King. I'll drink that. What are you on, buddy, this week?
I'm on the Stella, actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well played, lad.
As I continue, I just... For podcast nights, I'm not really sort of thinking about it too much. I'm just necking a bit of beer. So I tend to just go for the cheap lagers on a Wednesday night.
That's what you do.
And this one packs the biggest punch of them all, buddy. So that's what I went
the thing.
for.
You need that punch to get you pissed. So
indeed.
That's why you go for it. You know?
Yeah, not drinking for the fucking flavour, are we? Let's be honest,
people.
I feel
like we're one step away from special brew right now.
That might be crossing a line. I got one of those Sierra Nevadas for the missus.
Yeah.
I thought it was some new one. It was called Torpedo, and then I got it home and realised that it's like a 7.6.
Beautiful.
She was like, no, I don't think so, actually.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
I had that the weekend, and I've got to say, that packed some sort of fucking... it was a bit of a stubber.
Hit by a torpedo.
It was. I think that's why it was called that.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's just one thing that I forgot to mention, buddy. I got a new T-shirt this week.
Oh shit!
Yeah, fucking well expensive. This our favourite UK retailer Game was selling some T-shirts, and this one was £2.50. Fucking, I know, right? Splashing out. Luckily, though, I had 42 pence worth of game points.
Oh.
So I cracked them out, and I've got a new T-shirt. I don't know if you can see it on the stream there. It's old Ken with his foot in the air from Street Fighter. He's kicking, isn't he?
Street Fighter Ken?
Street Fighter Ken.
Oh. What a treat, buddy.
I was like, £2.08. I'll buy that.
Yeah, I mean, that seems more than reasonable as purchases go. And it's not like you're going to save up those game points to any sort of reasonable level.
I was surprised that I had 42 pence in there. I was like, fucking hell.
You must have spent $5 or $6 in there to earn those sorts of points.
I've been saving them since I first got the card back in 1994.
Gibbons. Yeah. Well, that's beautiful news, buddy. Beautiful. Everyone loves a new T-shirt.
I do like new T-shirts.
Gibbons. Fucking sweet. Well,
Gibbons, buddy.
I suppose we should probably go and talk about what we've been playing, buddy.
Yes, mate. Let's do that.
Do you want to kick things off, B? What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing some more of The Division.
Woo!
Really enjoying it. It's loads of fun. And, I don't know. It's a fun game. I feel like we're starting to click really well as a 3-man team now. With like the flanking and stuff like that. And we know like how to push up and when to pull back and things like that. It's a fucking really good tactical shooter, that. Like co-op and shit, man.
And you've got used to the sort of bullet sponginess of it, have you, at this point?
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I've just... because, obviously, we've played that game shitloads, I've got a fuck ton of currency. So, whenever, like, I level up or whatever, I just go to, like, the gear vendor and find, like, whatever the best thing is there. Like, what I'm rocking at the moment is, like, an LMG and, like, a marksman's rifle. So now I've got, like, 2 purple... Like, I've got purple weapons, and I'm just, like, fucking just destroying shit. I fucking made myself a purple backpack the other day. I was like,
ooh,
sweet.
Very premium.
Getting that loot and shit. So, yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. It's cool. Where are we now? I think we're at, like, level 20-ish now. I think about 16, 17 hours in. And
okay.
Yeah, like... really enjoying it. It's a cool fucking game. It's just weird that I've got back into it, and yeah, I don't know. Very strange.
Yeah, you can't have expected that to happen at all. Like,
no, I thought after we said like after we'd finished it was like, well, never playing that again kind of thing.
No, we deleted it and that was the end of that.
Yeah, but there you go. Here it comes around again, buddy.
Fair enough, buddy. I'm glad you get some enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, it's good. I've been playing some more Titanfall 2 single player, just slowly making my way through it, kind of like I did with Mario, just dribs and drabs of it. It's starting to turn into a very buddy like comedy film in a way, with lots of thumbs ups everywhere. I'm like, fucking sweet. But like it's weird, like it's strange how like it's trying to give this emotional like comedy of like, you know, you as the pilot and I was going to say BB-8, but what is it? It's like
just BB, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's BB or something, yeah. And it's trying to make BB like more human in a way, but like if you just listen, and it's doing a really good job, because like the responses from the pilot kind of make it like sarcasm kind of in a way, which like I love sarcasm, big fan. And
it's the highest form of wit, buddy. It's well known fact.
Obviously. But if you just like listen to his response, it would just be like how a machine would respond to that kind of saying. But it's just funny because it is sarcastic in a way. But,
it's a bit of a fucking lesson to DICE and to whichever EA dev at the time, whichever Activision dev at the time is making a COD, as they continue to churn out fucking awful, just absolutely awful single-player campaigns in their shooters, and try and make it kind of personable or emotional. Yeah. And this just shits all over those. It does such a good job in that respect.
Really does. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's fucking awesome fun. Titanfall 2. Like, it's on sale again. I think the deluxe edition is on sale for $11.99. Totally fucking worth it.
It's a really good shooter, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. And we did play a little bit more of the old multiplayer, and it's very addictive, very fun.
Good. Very, very good. I've been playing, obviously, the Division, not the Division, that's what I did last week, Destiny 2 again. I'm bannering just a bit, not a lot. I've got some news on Destiny 2 later. They had a nice little update today, just before the podcast, so I'll be talking about that later. But apart from that, buddy, not a lot. I didn't get a chance to play Knack, unfortunately, which is a shame.
Unfortunately, you say?
Yeah, really unfortunate. I mean, one day I'll play that game.
Oh, unfortunate, yes.
How was it?
I played very little, but it's shit. It's obviously shit.
Obviously, yeah, well played.
It still might be an amusing romp for us to play through co-op. But I can see it getting harder and annoying.
It's going to be one of
really
the games
annoying.
Where, it's not harder because it's challenging. It's harder because it's shit. And
it's just shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, it's a bad game. It's competent and it certainly runs a lot better than I was expecting. But I suppose I don't know why I thought it would run badly. It doesn't. It's not like it looks really good or anything.
No, I know what you're saying.
It is what it is. It is exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
Whether you've played it or not. So Knack, mate. There you go.
What a letdown.
What can you say?
After all these years of waiting.
Yeah, we're so surprised that's not an absolute fucking tour de force.
AAA, exclusive PS4 game. I thought it was going to be, amazing.
Yeah, well, it's not good and it's not pretty.
Yeah.
But what is good? What is good and what is pretty, buddy?
Oh.
Ticks both the good and pretty boxes is Rime, which is the other PS Plus title.
Okay.
Very pretty game. Kind of a bit sort of Witness crossed with Journey kind of thing.
Okay. I'm involved.
The character's kind of a little bit sort of Last Guardian looking, although obviously Rime came out first. having said that, the concept art had been out there for The Last Guardian for like 8 years, so make of that what you will. But it's just really interesting. It's got a lot of the fact that you sort of start on this kind of very brightly lit tropical island, and the graphics have got a sort of hint of cartoony, a hint of cell shadiness about them. Yeah. Makes it very, very Witnessy. Like it looks a lot like The Witness to me. But obviously incredibly different game. It's a third person adventure game. You're this little kid and you sort of jump and climb about. Found these sort of pillars that you activate and it sends off real journey vibes with sort of floating beams of light guiding your path and that. It's just very interesting. I'm really liking what I've seen so far. I'm not very far in. I'm still sort of under the hour mark, but and I don't know how long it is exactly. But I can tell you right now that it's a really relaxing, enjoyable little experience, and I'm looking forward to working my way through it. And I think the missus is going to really like it as well. So
nice.
That always bodes well, means I can get some gaming in when she's about, rather than waiting for her to disappear. So, I would highly recommend everyone give this a go. It's cool. It's a nice little one, and yes, it's a lot better than Knack, buddy. So,
yeah, I mean, that will happen.
Gibbons. Other than that, usual suspects to a degree. I'm still working my way through Blood and Wine. I've got to the point now where I've played so much Witcher and I've really moved on to new things that I just want to finish that main storyline on Blood and Wine so I can put that game to rest. I'm up to sort of 230 hours on that game now, and time to call it a day really, but I don't want to leave without finishing off that DLC.
Obviously.
I think I'm 3 or 4 missions from the end, but it's got very, very difficult. Lots of fighting of vampires and werewolves at this point, and they are rock hard. And having put it down for a little while and playing lots of sort of when I was really into The Witcher, I was only playing The Witcher.
I'm guessing like you had like your agility and stuff like whilst fighting was spot on, whereas now, because like you say, you've been playing other games, it's like you come back to it and you're a bit like,
exactly. I know I'm not dodging as well as I was before, and this is the hardest bit of the whole game, So I'm working through it, but it's a little tiny bit of a chore. Some of the combat, I just kind of want to get through the story and work and find out what happens, because it's a really good story in Blood and Wine, and it's very compelling. So hope to get through that this week, and then I can kind of put a full stop on the end of that game and maybe mention that next week as well. The other one, Metal Gear, still playing Metal Gear, buddy. Still playing Metal Gear Solid V5, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing new to report other than that game's just fucking cool. I've said it for the last 3 weeks, so I'm not going to go on about it now.
Yeah. Just one note, because obviously you've gone on about this game, and you're just absolutely in love with it kind of right now. It's kind of spurred me on to start making a list of games that I need to play and finish, or go back to and finish.
Out of stuff we've bought already.
Yeah, because at the moment, there's fuck all to play.
Nothing coming out really, is there?
Exactly. I mean, seriously, not even on the next couple of months, really. Maybe March, I guess.
Yeah, March is when things pick up again. Obviously, I'll be picking up a load of VR tech demos in the coming weeks, but certainly in terms of proper games, you're absolutely right, buddy. There's it's real slim pickings this winter, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. So, I'm starting to make my list. I've just got a few. I've got The Last of Us, obviously. Never finished that. I'm some sort of weirdo.
Now's the time, innit, with the new one on its way.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to get through Titanfall 2, finish that off. Rime is definitely on the list. That's a very one that I need to get done soon, I feel, while it's fresh on the store.
Definitely, yeah.
And then obviously I've got Metal Gear Solid 5 and The Witcher. So, few hours to put in there.
You're all set there, buddy.
I feel like I'm good for a while. But I'm sure I was going to sit down before the podcast and go through our absolute catalogue of games. But I just didn't get time this evening due to kids and eating
It can happen, buddy. Two things that are quite crucial.
Yeah.
We've got lots of stuff that we need to take a look at. Lots of smaller games as well that we were either given or picked up in heavily reduced mode.
Yeah.
There's loads of exciting
like fucking
content.
Prey. I mean, I should go and play the rest of that. I think I played it for about an hour or two and was just like, nope. And then
trying
the last Guardian. Oh, really?
I hover over it and I'm just like, no. Same with Guardian. I'm just like,
see, I haven't even started The Last Guardian. I might really like that game.
You might, yeah.
Probably not.
Possibly not. But certainly, Prey deserves another chance from me because even though I don't like, I ran into some bugs and was kind of unimpressed with the kind of the structure of it to a degree. The concepts there are really interesting. Like, it's an exciting game in terms of all the ideas it's got and stuff you can do in it. I just need to put some time in. But what I've learned over the last 6 months or so is if I go back to a game that and just stick with it for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened with The Witcher.
Yep.
That's what happened with Metal Gear. Just give it an hour and a half and push through, even if you're not sure.
Yeah, and that's it, isn't it? You got to break the devil's back or whatever.
You just got to push through.
You got to break someone's back. Anyway.
You got to push through. In some departments, terrible intros as Metal Gear is concerned, but also your sort of preconceptions as well, and just getting comfortable with all of these systems.
And that's the thing. Like, I mean, we played the Monster Hunter beta and literally gave it about 45 minutes. Kind of thinking now, I'm like, should we really put some more time into that?
We certainly didn't give it the chance it deserves, did we?
No, I know. But well, there's more on that later, buddy.
It certainly is. Yeah, it certainly is. No, I'm with you. Like, definitely need to work through some more games. And one of the games from last time round that I mentioned that I'd been trying out a few weeks back was Infamous Second Son, which we've had for a while now.
Yeah,
as a PS Plus title.
A long time. I mean, I put a few hours into the smaller add-on First Light, was it called?
Yeah, First Light with the sort of electricity girl.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it after getting to grips with it, being able to run up everything and go crazy mental, and I don't know what it was. Neon lights, there you go.
Yeah.
How's this then? How come you've got back into this or got into it and things then?
Similar to you, really. I haven't made a list, but I've just been like, I've got these games. I've got these AAA titles that reviewed well that I haven't made the effort with. The main reason that this one stuck around is the missus was absolutely smitten with it. Like, she completed First Light. Yeah. And when we got Infamous Second Son as a PS Plus title, we fired it up for a couple of hours just to have a dick around on it, and then we were pretty busy for a couple of weeks, and she wasn't really sort of in the gaming mood. But this is a title that she's been firing up when she wakes up like stupid early.
Obviously.
And I see the achievements popping up. I got 3 trophies at 6:57 a.m. I'm like, oh, did I? Okay. This is a really good game. It's not an amazing game. It's not a great game, but it's very fun.
Superheroes.
It's Crackdown. This game is Crackdown.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, to be honest.
It is. It's Crackdown, but with a few more like superpowers.
With a douchey hat.
Yeah, the story is pretty wank. The characters aren't great, in my opinion. Like, it's all a little bit... It feels a bit Ubisoft in its cheesiness in places, like the sort of vibe that you got from Watch Dogs 2.
Phrasing, buddy.
Well, it's just they're sort of wanky characters where they're like, we're really cool.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Yeah, got you. Yeah.
It's true. They've got all these characters,
you, buddy.
Where they're
fucking
like...
Roy Benitez, rapper's buddy.
Roy Benitez. And then, just characters that are trying to be like cool, and their dialogue's always just not quite there.
Yeah,
this is a little bit better than that. There's some really interesting sort of meta bits and pieces. There's basically, you're drawing powers off various other conduits that you meet. That's what they're called, the superpower people that are being sort of hunted by the government. And you go on with like digital technology kind of thing where you go into this kids zony Blair type place, and you got to find all the televisions, and each time you find a television you go into a virtual realm and fight him, and he's like a big dragon. It's like a sort of WoW boss kind of thing, and there's lots of little bits and pieces like that. The combat's solid, the movement's good, like it's satisfying and fluid. It's worth your time. It's a good busy work game. It's just there's lots of stuff to do. None of it's amazingly compelling, but it's all fun and enjoyable, and you just feel like a badass. And that's kind of the most important thing with a game with superpowers, isn't it? You want to feel powerful and cool.
People. Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool, buddy. It's good stuff.
Indeed, buddy. Nice, cool, different.
So yeah, that's me. Unless you've got anything else, I think we should move on.
I played some Overcooked. Obviously, getting through that with the kids and the wife. Still really enjoying it. Fucking
nice.
One of my favourite couch co-op games I think that has ever been made, because it just makes everyone fucking angry.
It's just a perfect example of a team being like, we have this really solid idea and we're just going to nail that solid idea. We're not going to fuck about, like, not going to overcomplicate things.
Nah,
this is the game, and we just refine it perfect, and that's what they did. It is very, very good, isn't it?
Indeed, buddy. But yeah, that's me.
Cool, buddy. We will move on. And now it's time for the news.
News. Fucking news.
So before we go into the news, it's worth noting the fact that you can get onto our Discord now, buddy, and we've got your news kicking about on there, haven't we?
Yeah. So is that number Wang?
Sure, yeah, number one.
Number Wang.
Number Wang.
Yeah, now you can find all my news favourite things on our Discord channel. Go to our website, the jfgpodcast.co.uk. Click on the Discord icon in the social button section, whatever you want to call it, and then join our Discord channel. You can chat with me, Alex, Funk's in there, JJ's in there now. And yeah, there's a feed dedicated for all the stupid shit that I find out during the week that I think's either relevant to gaming or not. And I pop it in there for you to read.
It's a beautiful thing, buddy. It is worth noting, however, on this occasion, and perhaps I'll be more diligent from now on, that I haven't actually haven't sifted through and compared my news to your news. So
well, who cares?
I may well have got.
We'll do that right now. We'll do that as we go through it.
Okay.
I mean, well, that was already one of my news favourite things of the week, so I mean, I can scratch that off my list.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all right, mate. You're just stealing it. I mean, technically, you could just go in there and be like, "These are all my news things, Ash." Fuck you.
I've got this feed of news I've been using, Ash. This new feed on Discord. And I'm finding all my news stories.
It's great.
On there, buddy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Just having a look on there. I used to trawl around 3 or 4 gaming websites.
Yeah, but now I don't have to. It's just there for me.
It's perfect. Anyway, what have you got, buddy?
Fair dues, buddy. I mean, that's what I do. Yeah, cool.
It's a gibbon. Well, for better or worse, buddy, here's the news that I have got. And hopefully I won't have stolen everything in the process. I didn't get my news from your news. Just FYI.
Just in case. Yeah,
although there will be some crossover because it's video game news that has happened.
Yeah.
And we live in the same reality. So
reality, not mixed or virtual.
Not virtual and not another dimension. So number 2, I guess. I've got a big chunk of news / leaked gossip on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Don't want that leakage.
It's Red Dead news, buddy.
Red Dead, yeah, because this got fucking announced literally the day after the podcast last week, I think, which was
So
just a little bit annoying. You know,
it is annoying. I do actually. I always look at the news on those Thursdays, and I'm just like, oh, fuck you. They announced something like massive, but
like this.
like this. So firstly, this is factual. Their game has been delayed until the 26th of October. So that is a fact.
I mean, did we have a set date before that? I don't feel like
I can't
we did.
remember. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it was supposed to be like summer or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like a mega delay or anything. But it's got a firm release date there, and Rockstar don't tend to delay stuff after delaying stuff.
No.
So that's probably the end of that. That will very likely be when it comes out. No news on systems platforms at this point. That they stunted the PC launch last time. Everything should be coming out on that day this time around.
You would have hoped so.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the factual news. The other little bit that we've got is some sort of leak. Now, the way that this is being reported and the source that it came from suggests that this is a legitimate
80%.
leak. Yeah. I mean, as much as you can be in these sorts of things.
It's right all the time.
This came from Trusted Reviews, which is a website that I don't think many people took seriously 3 or 4 years ago, but they've actually been doing a pretty good job of turning themselves into a legitimate sort of
legitimate businessman,
a proper sort of journalistic thing now. It used to be a bit of a sort of give me sport-esque sort of freelance thing, but at this point you can probably count them as a pretty big website. They claimed to receive this leak back in August 2017. This is another reason why it's got some level of legitimacy about it, is that they said that they've been sitting on this for some time. Kind of Kotaku and Polygon have jumped in and sort of verified things and bits and pieces that they knew as well. So this is a leak, and it's not 100%, but it's pretty close, I would say.
Is it that there's horses?
Well, this is the thing. Like, a lot of the stuff it mentions, it's like, well, yeah, fucking ham roll, mate. Of course.
Of course it was.
Of course it is. But some of it's a little bit interesting. So I just read through their whole... It was a pretty long article on Trusted Reviews. A lot of it was sort of filler, but there's some interesting bits as well. And I've just picked the stuff that I thought people would find most interesting from the leak. So here we go. Big open world, obviously. Huge amounts of NPCs populating it with shops and businesses, all of which you can go to and buy stuff. It's like a working town. These businesses open and close at specific hours as per the day-night cycle.
Nice.
The fast traveling looks like it's going to be trains that you can get on from town to town, steam trains across the countryside, vehicles as well as your horse. You've got your horse and cart. There's going to be mine carts and stuff like that. There's some sort of slum area that's been noted. That's like a sort of black market goods area, but it's a dangerous place to go. So that was kind of mentioned. Like the Dark Zone, buddy. Yeah. There's a full-blown crafting system. There's mention of crafting with plants and herbs and that sort of thing. A lot of detail going into some sort of fishing mini game on there, like really heavily detailed fishing game with all manner of different baits and rods and
fucking sign me up.
I mean, you love that shit, buddy.
I'm sold, mate. I have to pre-order it now. Just on that one fact. I mean, it's not even fact, but...
They're going balls deep on the fishing.
Yeah, I love a good fishing system in games.
Yeah, man. Gibbons. That's going to be in there.
Do you reckon we can do it online fishing?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Sweet.
There's no way that the fishing system is some sort of... Like, why would that information be leaked if it wasn't true? Like, that'd be the weirdest... The weirdest thing. Like, who makes that up?
Crazy people.
Either way, there you go. First-person mode is going to be in there on all platforms from day one. There'll also be random public events.
Makes sense.
There's branching storylines in the single player, so there's going to be different outcomes, different endings, which is something a little bit different. Like, GTA 5 had a little bit of that going on, but not in a major way. It sounds like this is going to be far more RPG-ish in that fashion, where you've got multiple endings and therefore a lot more replay value for the single player.
Oh, cool. That's interesting.
It's decent, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, they tend to have really sort of heavily curate their stories, so it's quite a bold move, and I'd imagine an incredible amount of work for them to really branch out in a big way. But
Rockstar always tried to mix things up with their campaigns. They don't like to stick with what's working. They like to try and push it forward in some way, shape, or form, don't they?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, they always try and innovate in some way. They've always got some surprise.
I'm taking a punt on this that there's probably not going to be multiple characters, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, there's leaked art for 2 characters.
Ooh.
But obviously at this point we have no idea whether you control both of them in a sort of GTA 5 fashion, or if it's just the one. I didn't play the first game, not a great deal anyway, only a couple of hours around a friend's house, so I don't know much about the story. Yes.
Sorry.
Hard to keep track of these things.
Stickler.
Buddy. It's the second game, but it's called Red Dead Redemption, and this is called Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, but being the third game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers.
I mean,
for that.
fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. What a dickhead name.
It's a bad name.
Dickhead.
Yeah. And it was long enough ago, Red Dead Redemption, that they really needn't have...
They don't need to use that Red Dead Redemption. As long as it's got Red Dead, and then whatever you want, everyone knows that's the third one. Or that's the new Red Dead, isn't it?
All I can think is that they've put some sort of 20-year plan in place where they're intending on making another 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah, I guess so.
Want to turn it into a franchise like GTA.
Like GTA, innit? Grand Theft Auto, yeah. Bish bosh.
But Red Dead Redemption sounds like redemption is the tagline of a specific game called Red Dead, rather than Grand Theft Auto, which just works across the board.
Revolver?
Yes, that was the first one. Yeah.
So, I mean, we had quite a bit of fun coming up with different names for the new Red Dead game.
Gibbons.
From what I remember.
They just ignored all of those, mate.
I know.
Disregarded
I don't understand why.
Absolute stitch up.
Well, bastard. Absolutely.
Either way,
bastards.
The single player, that all sounds lovely. It's all shaping up to be very good. The online, sort of limited details, but apparently it's going to work the same way. It's going to be a Red Dead Online like GTA Online, where it's a separate character and it's free roam with multiple people in the world. You're going to have property you can buy and everything, and all of that stuff. Pimp your fucking cart, I suppose, buddy.
I was going to say, can I put multiple horses and carts?
Horse armor.
I can have like a mule in my garage. I can have a steed.
You can spray paint your horse pearlescent purple.
Cool.
Be nice.
Maybe lower it. Put some funny horns on it.
Oh yeah, you want to get centre of gravity down so it can really get around those corners, buddy. It's,
definitely. Yeah,
hugely important on your steed.
Yeah. Obviously, put some off-road hoofs on it.
Yeah. The last part of the leak outlines a few different multiplayer game modes, and one of them's a sort of capture the flag type affair. You got the sort of gang modes that you had in the old one, and there's also rumours of the sort of the werewolf mode they've got on GTA, where you've got a sort of very strong character that is shits up everyone else, but they've all got to hunt him. There's rumours of sort of like a Billy the Kid-esque kind of cowboy, all in black with the silver revolvers, nice. as the big sort of head honcho. The only other eye-opening thing really that was part of the leak is Royale mode, as in Battle Royale mode.
It was going to happen, wasn't it?
It sounds like it is going to happen, buddies. So, no firm details. Obviously, this is all a leak, so no firm details on whether any of this information is true, but it very much appears as though the new Red Dead game is going to have some sort of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds-esque Battle Royale mode of some description.
Nice. I'm pro all of what you've said.
You like all that?
Especially the fishing system.
That's been the headline on all of this. Is obviously that's the thing that everyone's been focusing on most, because hopefully there'll be peripherals. We can only hope. That would be lovely.
Upgrade me tackle.
Yeah. Gotta be done. So yeah, there you go. That is a lot of exciting information about what
possibly could happen, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the schedule for this year, that is the biggest release of the year.
Oh, mate, yeah. I can't wait for that game. Seriously, it's going to be awesome.
I think it probably has the opportunity to be...
It's going to be Game of the Year.
A fucking phenomenon. So
it is. It's going to be. Has to be.
Very excited for that. It's going to be cool.
Me too.
So there you go. We'll move on for now, buddy, to a few bits and pieces that I've got. Here's one of them for you. The SNES Mini has sold 4 million units worldwide.
Wow.
Yes. So no shortage of them then, buddy.
No. The resale value of that is the same?
Yeah, I mean, if you bought one of those with the intention of selling it, then no. Yeah,
stuck with it now, yeah.
It's sitting on my shelf over there.
Bet it looks nice though.
It's a nice thing to have, isn't it?
Have you thought about cracking it open and pirating some romage?
That is incredibly tempting.
I bet it is.
Because I could basically build a library of like 400 games on there across multiple Nintendo consoles.
And that would be awesome.
What I absolutely certainly 100% won't do is crack it and then sell it. I can promise you that. Yeah. Because that's not my jam, buddy.
That's not a good idea. No.
It's sitting there for now. It's certainly not going to depreciate in value. So
I think it's a lovely little keepsake.
It's a really nice little thing. And, maybe in the future I'll... have some reason to bust it out. For the time being, it can sit on my shelf looking pretty. So
nice, mate, nice.
So there we go. Speaking of Nintendo, Mario Kart Tour is coming to smartphones. Nintendo have announced that some sort of version of Mario Kart's coming to mobile devices.
I reckon it's going to be like an endless runner, and it's going to be.
That'd suck. There's
bollocks.
It's going to be potential.
A bad game. It's going to be a bad game. No.
I mean, you could do an online Mario Kart game on smartphones. Oh, yeah,
you could. I'm not denying that, buddy.
But would you?
I mean, but it's not going to happen, is it?
I suspect it probably isn't. No, you're probably quite right.
I think this comes back to me, was it last week or the week before? And I was like saying, yeah, but what if EA or, Anthem, what happens if it is a good game? What happens if they haven't got these things? Yeah, but it's going to be be riddled with all kinds of microtransactions and loot boxes. And I feel like, this is the same thing. Is like, this isn't going to be very good.
It's a solid parallel, buddy. Yes, much like all future EA titles. Yeah. Mario Kart Tour is going to be shithouse. Yes, it's fair. It's fair play.
Oh, just a heads up. I mean, I know we haven't got to out this week, but that Fee game, that is out this week. That's EA, buddy.
It is EA. Yes. Waiting for the reviews on that one, but it really looks nice. I kind of want to play it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, me too. I've got enough in the bank for that.
Gibbons, it's a small development team.
I know, and I feel like that could be my little way into buying it. Being like, I can be all right with that because it's like EA didn't really do anything for this.
They're just publishing it, and we're just helping out the little developer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that are probably getting a minuscule percentage of the money that's getting made.
Perhaps we could find some solace in that line of thinking.
Indeed. Anyway, sorry.
I think we are going to buy that, aren't we? Especially with our wallet's filling up of credit at the moment.
I think so. That's the thing. It is good. It's a good time to stock up.
It is. It certainly is. There's Mario Kart Mobile. It's called Mario Kart Tour. Maybe the mobile would have been a good name for that. Mario Movie, a new Super Mario Brothers film is coming to cinemas.
By who is it? Minions people, Illuminations.
So CGI by the sounds. I mean, the live action one was an experience.
That was great. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
I was actually watching the old Super Mario Brothers it was like a variety show. There was live action with them dressed up, and then they sort of kept cutting to the old Super Mario cartoon.
Okay, yeah.
It started in 1990 or something. I was watching it on YouTube the other day.
I know that the cartoons on Netflix, and my kids have watched it in the past, which is quite fun, but... Yeah. Well,
they're going down that road. They're going to have a movie. The last little tidbit of Nintendo news is that their online service, becoming like a paid online service a la Xbox Live and PS Plus,
isn't it?
It's coming in September this year.
Mm-hmm. Fine. I mean, I don't feel like I'm ever going to play any Nintendo games online, so I will pass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean... I'd probably have to get one for that to happen. And
I don't have any.
I won't.
No, I can't think of any games that I would play. I guess Splatoon, but I can live without it.
Yeah, I can't see it being that, compelling an experience to someone who's used to playing fully fledged shooters on a PlayStation. It's just not really in your wheelhouse. So, no, there you go. Either way, there you go. There's some Nintendo news. We will move on to another little statistic, buddy. The PS4 sold 9 million units over the Christmas period and has now cleared 75 million units sold worldwide.
It's okay, buddy, because console gaming is dead.
It's dying. It's dead. No one wants consoles anymore. No one wants
consoles these days.
Apart from those 75 million people, nobody wants consoles anymore, buddy.
No one wants them apart from 75 million people. Technically, I have 2 of them, though. So,
it's true. I mean, I think they'll sell...
Could be half that number, really.
I think they might sell a few more at this point now that you have to remortgage your house to buy a graphics card, buddy. So
I know, I've been looking this week, because I've been playing some PC gaming, and I'm just I'm hitting I can't get up to 60 frames on some games. I'm like, oh, come on. Just, I'll turn everything off. I'll just have a black screen and see if that gets me up to 60. Even that won't happen.
Can you SLI your card?
Yeah, but I don't think it's worth it.
Wouldn't get enough of a boost at this point.
Not now. It's too old, I think.
Yeah, fair play.
So yeah, I was looking at them this weekend, going oh yeah, they're fucking expensive, aren't they? Yeah.
Titans for 900 quid and stuff online.
Stupid, isn't it?
Crazy.
Tell you what, I hope that bubble bursts and then there's fucking loads of them and they go for 200 quid and I'll be like, sweet, 1080 Ti for £300.
Well, I mean, it could happen.
Could happen.
Bitcoin took a massive dive this week, so, we'll keep an eye on that. But, either way, 75 million sales of PS4 in what, 4-year period?
Yeah,
pretty fucking special.
Really good. Really, really good.
Good stuff. And they've done it by not really doing anything especially spectacular at all.
No,
just their competition being vaguely incompetent for the beginning of it.
Thing. Because you look at the exclusives, for both consoles, they're pretty poor, to be honest. There's nothing I'm like, oh yeah, wow, cool, this is amazing. Not like Halo back in the day kind of thing. So yeah, it is what it is.
Gibbons.
They've sold more by being, like you say, not retarded.
It's true. It's very, very true. Sticking with some PlayStation stuff, the new PS4 dashboard update beta has started, which is, I think it's 5.5?
Yeah, 5.5, right? Yeah.
5.5.0, I think it is. Yeah. This is under NDA.
It's under NDA. No one's allowed to talk about this.
No one's allowed to talk about it. However... all of the info about it has already been publicised to all of the games media websites, and so the entire feature set has already been confirmed and published in an article by Eurogamer. So I can't talk about my specific experiences with the dashboard, but I can talk about their article, rendering the NDA fucking completely pointless.
Indeed it does.
I suppose the only point of it is that if the whole thing was shithouse, I wouldn't be able to say so.
Yes, pretty much.
But in terms of features and stuff, I can talk about those. I won't list all of them because most of them are very boring, but there are some cool bits and pieces in here, buddy. And one of them is custom backgrounds, which you can now have whatever photo you like as your main background.
Which is very handy. And
just very simple. Just fire up get yourself a USB stick and put a just photos folder in the root, and anything you put in there will be read by the PlayStation in the themes section. You can go custom and choose your own picture, and also choose the colours you want for the menus in the background and so on.
Dick pics.
dick pics, drop shadows as well on the text as well. So that's on there. That's a nice feature. Lots of extra family settings, including being able to set specific timers in a sort of, I suppose, like share play kind of thing, where you can set an hour timer so your kids can only play for an hour, and they'll get periodic sort of 15-minute warnings. It'll actually count down so they can see how much longer they've got. I think that's, I mean, well, you fantastic. Tell us, buddy, but it sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
That's really good. Yeah, it's really, really good, that is.
Do you think that's something that you might use?
Probably in the future when they'll have their own PlayStations and stuff. But for now, because they're just using mine, then they're not really on it for more than like an hour at a time.
Yeah, you've got full control, haven't you? And,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but nice though, isn't it? That's a
it's
nice
fantastic.
feature.
I think all these like the family thingy things, settings and stuff are crucial, and they should be implemented more on other things. I mean, I wish they were easier things on tablets to restrict times and things like that.
Yeah, it just makes sense. I mean, all of these things are good selling points for parents. You're just going to sell more units if you put that sort of thing in there. So
yeah,
I think they've done a good job there. There's a few library and UI tweaks, but probably the most interesting thing on there, certainly from our perspective and especially yours, is the super sampling settings for PS4 Pro users running on 1080p displays. It's basically going to allow you to...
2K and 1080.
Yeah, 2K and 1080. So you can... there's going to be a wealth of upscaling settings, just basically ways in which you can harness the power of the system you have to improve your experience on a 1080p device. And
which is fantastic. I mean, it's a step up from boost mode, which was to do with like frame rate, really. And this one is obviously, super sampling. So shit will look better, I'm guessing.
It just makes sense, doesn't it? Because the attachment rate for 4K televisions is still relatively low, especially for gamers, because of the sort of response times that you need. It's
bad.
Yeah. So, it's not really... We're not yet in the sort of region where you can go out and buy a £350 television and that actually do you for gaming.
So do a good job, kind of thing.
All the time it's like £700-800 to get a TV that you're going to want to use for a PS4 Pro. Then it makes a great deal of sense for them to make that experience better for 1080p displays. So
really good little features in there. There's some other ones, like you say, but can't really talk about them because they're my experiences with them.
Yeah, and you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed to.
Not allowed. So
we will do. We might do if we can. In the future.
It'll only be a matter of weeks before it's available to everyone anyway, obviously. And then we can see what everyone thinks. But good stuff. A couple more bits from me. Metal Gear. This is fun. The Metal Gear Solid sort of ending and CGI movie sequence. It was found ages ago during data mining, like before the game even properly launched, that there was this sequence and end content that would only unlock if all of the mother bases disarmed their nuclear missiles, which is a very Kojima-esque sort of thing.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that hasn't happened, the content has unlocked just completely at random, seemingly. Konami has no idea why this has happened. They're investigating. Essentially, I think this probably means Kojima put some sort of failsafe in there.
Yeah, so it kicks in at whatever time or sometime after launch. Yeah. So it actually gets seen, I reckon. It's
a parting gift to make Konami look like a bunch of idiots.
Yes, it is funny.
Do you know, I think they could have just kept their mouths shut and not shown themselves up to be like, we don't know.
Yeah, it could have been like, we did that. Why not?
Because presumably that's all under sort of contract and NDA and so on. It's not like Kojima could have come out and corrected them necessarily.
Yeah, of course.
But that's quite funny anyway.
Yeah.
Next, rumours this year that Call of Duty is going to be Black Ops 4.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. And finally from me, the developers of Stalker, which is a sort of realistic Cold War shooter from several years ago now. The developers Vostok Studios, they're jumping on the PUBG bandwagon with a new 100-player battle royale game set in Chernobyl, buddy. It's called Fear the Wolves.
Oh, that sounds great.
And it's another PUBG clone, apparently. So
if I was making one of these games, I'd be like, hey guys, you know what we need to do? We can make it better. 101 players.
Oh, shit.
Fucking game changer. Game changer. Just saying. Pound sign.
I mean, I don't really know what to make of all of this. Every week now we've got another one coming out. But you look at Fortnite, that thing is absolutely doing amazingly. That Battle Royale mode. I don't stop hearing about it all the fucking time.
The first free-to-play Battle Royale game out there, really, wasn't it?
They got in there
quick and speedy, made a decent version of it that people were enjoying. Apparently, kids in my son's class are playing that, and they're 7 and 8. I'm like, no, I don't like that idea. But, some parents obviously are retards.
It's fucking crazy. Honestly, that thing's got 55 million players, Fortnite, at this point.
Crazy.
Absolutely mad. But everyone's jumping in, and do you think, what do you make of this? Did you have any interest in this at all?
I've contemplated going back into it several times, to be honest, mate. But every time I think about doing it, I just think, no.
I didn't enjoy our experiences with Fortnite at all.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But I would probably be willing to try this out, depending on whether it's free or not.
Yeah? What, because it's not cartoony in a way?
Well, yeah. I mean, it might be a little bit more interesting. It's kind of a dark, dank world, and apparently there's going to be stuff on the map that kind of PvE stuff on the map whilst you're fighting in these factions of teams of 1 to 4. There will also be these, there'll be enemies on the map or areas on the map of interest and stuff. So it sounds like they're trying to kind of meld the Battle Royale thing with more of a sort of open world survival game like Rust or something like that.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah.
Might be interesting, but
maybe.
Also might be a long way off. But
Gibbons, yeah.
Either way, that's all my news, buddy. Fair old bit of it again, and
big old
hopefully
news.
I've left you enough stuff.
Oh yeah, mate. Don't you worry about me. I've got all kinds of stuff. Maybe I don't know. I'll go
Beautiful.
for it.
Well, I'll hand over to you then, buddy,
yeah.
for my favourite section and the listeners as well, I'm sure, and that would be Ash's News favourite things of the week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News favorite thing of the week.
Cheers, buddy. Sea of Thieves beta had 332,052 players.
It's all over YouTube, that thing.
Yeah, man.
Looks fun.
It looks fun.
I'm pretty
really
jealous,
fun.
if I'm honest.
That's it's Microsoft and Windows only, isn't it? Or PC only, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to play that one.
I would as well. I mean, it looks a little shorter content at this point, but it just looks really fun being like a little crew of pirates and controlling the ship as a unit. It just looks quite fun.
It does look like a good game. DayZ is coming to Xbox this year, Dev confirms.
Okay.
Don't know when for the PS4. I found that funny because wasn't DayZ like one of the PS4 things like ages ago for E3? It's like, yeah, DayZ's coming to PS4.
Yeah, and they had him on a podium and he was going to launch his new game and everything. And
yeah, exactly.
Nothing really happened.
Yeah, nothing happened. So yeah, now apparently that's going to Xbox before PlayStation.
I mean, talk about missing the fucking boat. If that game had come out of alpha like 2 years ago.
Exactly. They could have been onto something then. Apparently, Horizon Zero Dawn, that fantastic game that came out last year, had a working 2-player co-op mode.
Oh, really?
Apparently so, but got ditched for other features. So it says here.
Okay. I'm not sure that's a bad thing.
Blah blah blah. We had to get fun because the programmers basically said that if we wanted to have co-op, we would also have 50% of the features we had been asking for, and not 100%. There you go. So,
okay.
Swings and roundabouts. Would have been cool to have. I'd play Horizon Zero Dawn co-op. Maybe the next one, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, if they've had a working code of it running on the first game, then that really does bode well for it being included in the sequel.
Guerrilla Games. Who'd have thought it?
They're all about it. Technical wizardry.
It's crazy.
So good.
Far Cry 5. It's coming out at some point, maybe. Who knows? If you own the season pass of that, love season passes, by the way, you can get Far Cry 3 for free.
That is quite cool.
Ubisoft like to give people free games, if they're old games, that is.
That was a good game, Far Cry 3.
It was.
I don't know why you'd want to play it if you had 5, though, if I'm honest.
I don't know.
Although 5 might be shit, but...
Possibly. It doesn't look shit to me, though.
No, it looks
nice. It's been more than 3 years, but Halo the Master Chief Collection is getting an update.
I mean, that's up there in terms of contenders for the worst launch of any title in the history of video games, isn't it?
They did really well.
That thing was a nightmare mess.
Absolutely nailed it, by the way. Like, fucking... Who was it, 343, was it? Or
yeah, 343, yeah. And such an exciting project, and on paper so brilliant, and apparently very, very good now, but... it was a shit show at launch, that game.
Yeah. So there's going to be user or UI overhaul, dedicated service, and increased stability, other stuff.
I suppose with the X coming out on that sort of attachment rate,
I guess so.
The sort of game people are going to buy and play. It's reasonably priced as well. I guess there's really good reasons to stay on point with upgrades to all of these old games because... Yeah, the X can really show them off, can't it? There'll be millions of people playing those games if Microsoft has their way and lots of people pick up the X.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'd say so. Right, what we got here? Super Mario movie, we've had that. Red Dead Redemption, we've had that. Mario Kart Tour, we've had that.
Sorry, buddy.
Nintendo Switch Online, we've had that. Apparently, the Burnout creators Criterion are working on a new combat-heavy action adventure game.
Really?
Apparently so. A brand new IP.
Not with cars.
I don't know.
Shit.
This isn't the news. What are you on about?
That's a fair point, buddy.
Fucking who was it? Who did it? This producer from Nintendo, Super Mario Odyssey producer Yoshiaki Koizumi. I'm going for this week. He came out and ruined some people's childhoods. Really, I'd say.
You've gone for it. Fair enough, buddy. Go on.
And he came out and confirmed the age-old tale of, is Toad wearing a hat or is that his head? I mean, what do you think? Do you think that mushroom's a hat that he puts on, or do you reckon that's part of his head?
I always presumed it was part of his head because he's Toad the Toadstool.
Exactly, that's what I thought. But then maybe he's got a novelty hat on.
I mean, you couldn't really second guess Nintendo on that front, could you? There's every chance it's a novelty hat.
You just don't know. There's been all kinds of memes and things about this in the past. But yeah, apparently that is his head, which confirms our theory of it being his head. Other people were not happy about that answer.
Fair enough. Why would you wait until now to say that? That seems
I don't know.
Quite odd.
Nintendo.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nintendo. I feel like that is enough of an answer.
That's fair.
So, obviously, for the final piece of news, it's about Destiny 2, buddy. Crimson Days is coming back. The Valentine's Day special event where it's about 2 people instead of 3 or 4 or 6. It's 2-on-2 in the Crucible. Now, this is nothing amazing. This is just more content that's coming out, which is nice to see in this game. But the main thing, when I was reading through the updates about it, was, if I could find it right now. I mean, I wish I could highlight stuff before I do this. Here we go. Most rewards are found within new Crimson engrams. I don't like how it says most. I mean, fair dues, that's fine. With all contents on a knockout list, preventing you from receiving duplicate items until you've earned all the new gear. Holy shit, son. That's crazy talk. Like, there's a list of items. When you get an engram, you hand it in, you're not going to get anything that's the same. You're going to get something new every time, until obviously you get all of them, then you're going to get repeats.
And do you pick up those engrams exclusively via doing missions and combat?
No. So, you just get them from playing the game. You can compete
like a video game.
Like a video game. Obviously, at the end,
Weird.
It does say, if you want to, you can purchase these, but you don't have to. But the way they yeah, classic. But what they've done, obviously, you get more of them by doing the Crucible event, obviously. But you also get, every time you get like a bright engram, you get a crimson engram. So every time you level up or whatever. So fucking hell, like, there was all kinds of uproar over the Dawning and how it was just absolutely ridiculous and straight up microtransaction central. It looks like they've actually listened to that and been like, okay, we'll put that in the game and fucking fix it. And yeah, no, it sounds really like, yeah. Since then as well, like, they've added pretty much for every event that's been coming up, like Iron Banner and stuff, and the faction rallies, you've been able to get like sparrows through just normal playing the game, and ghosts and other things. They've introduced like a new exotic ghost that you get just by completing, or that can drop from completing the raid. So slowly but surely they are fucking trying to turn this around, and yeah, it's good in my eyes what they're doing now. I mean, obviously we can say shouldn't fucking been there in the first place. All this shit should have been sorted out, but hey, it wasn't. They tried something new. It went fucking tits up, and now they're trying to rectify it. So, well, yeah, positivity.
They fucked everyone, and now they're backtracking. That's
obviously.
That's how I see it.
Positivity.
Sure thing. Well, does the idea that there are no duplicates and therefore basically every player you see in that world is probably going to get all of the same stuff as you, does that put you off at all?
I don't know. See, this is the thing. That was the whole thing about with the Destiny 1. Like, you would get random rolls on your guns and things like that. So you could keep playing and playing until you get that. But then again, looking at this, I mean, I'm guessing you still have to chuck in a fair few hours if you want to get everything out.
Yes, I'm sure.
Out of this. Yeah. Or money.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Fair play to them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, isn't it, buddy?
Gibbons.
So there you go. That's my news favourite things of this week's. And yes, as we said earlier, you can find all of that tasty news nuggets and some more from Alex's.
News nuggets,
yeah. On our Discord channel in the Ash's news favourite things section.
Gibbons, buddy, thank you so much for all that tasty news. That was your news. Of course, before that was my news. And Indeed. That was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
And that's Out This Week. Wah.
Wah. There's games.
Bring it.
Here we go then. Dynasty Warriors 9 is out this week on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. And that is a Japanese
When
hack
are they
going to
stop making these games?
I guess they sell somewhere, buddy. The UK is not where they sell. I don't know. I've never really understood them. I have played a little bit of Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, me
demos.
too. I just was like, what is this?
I just didn't really understand it. Just kind of prancing about a gigantic battlefield and hack and slashing, achieving very little. I'm sure there's...
Obviously.
Whatever. Fine. It's coming out. People who like that will like that.
Cool.
People who don't won't care.
True.
So video games, really. Next, The Fall 2 Unbound is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC. It is a sci-fi platform puzzler, buddy. And it looks quite nice, actually. Quite like the look of that.
I don't remember the original The Fall, so...
No, I don't remember it either.
No.
But I would imagine it was a platform puzzler.
Sci-fi, maybe?
A sci-fi, yeah. Probably a sci-fi, there, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, now begins a theme. Let's have this. This is a bit of a theme going on.
Okay.
So we're basically in RPG town this week, buddy. Various different types of RPG.
Okay.
But this one is very interesting indeed. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Right.
And it is a first-person, realistic medieval RPG coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
Right.
It looks nice. It looks insanely immersive, like super, super detailed. I think that it's got survival mechanics, like you got to keep your health up by drinking and eating and that sort of thing.
Got you. Yeah.
It's got War of the Roses style sword combat in there, as well as bows and arrows and so on. Heavy emphasis on the realistic. You're not going to be fighting dragons and superpowers and all of these sorts of things.
Why?
And the whole game is fully realised to be completely realistic. They mapped the environment. It's all real, and all of the events that happen in it are historically accurate.
Just watching some fisticuffs right now.
Gibbons, buddy.
It looks. He's knocked him down.
It looks interesting. It looks incredibly in depth. If you're looking for something to sink several hundred hours into, then you might have found it. Coming off the back of several games like that, I'm not sure I really want to get into something like that at the moment.
I'm not sure about this, mate. I mean, it looks good, but I feel like... I don't know.
It's a real time drainer by the looks of it to me.
The combat is going to be quite advanced for my liking.
It's quite...
I mean, I struggled with For Honor, to be honest, with the sword play in that, and this looks way more in-depth.
Yeah. I mean, this is a little bit of a stealth release. I'm very interested.
No idea about it.
I mentioned it about 4 or 5 months ago. That it was on its way and that it looked quite interesting. I kind of dismissed it because it looked like a game of insanely large scope from a development team that I had basically never heard of. Yeah. But to be honest, yeah, it looks cheeky. It's running in the Cry engine, and Warhorse Studios, they have got some pedigree. You know, they've worked on a lot of stuff in the past, but this is basically their first release, like their first proper release. And they've been working on it for like 6 years. This could be a massive thing, and one way or the other, I would expect that you'll hear a hell of a lot about it in the coming weeks. But cool. It's very interesting indeed, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing some content, watching some people play it, and reading some reviews. And that's out this week.
Nice.
We'll move on. Owlboy. You can tell us about Owlboy, buddy. It's out on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One this week. Little flying platform RPG, is it not? Side-scrolling type thing?
It's a little, 2D RPG.
Lots of humour in there. It's quite a funny script.
Yeah, man. I'll play it at some point, I reckon. When I do, I will let you know how it goes.
Gibbons. We've also got Crossing Souls, PS4 and PC this week. Again, this looks cool, man. This looks really cool. This is another RPG that's coming out this week. Another sort of top-down old-school one, but it's got that sort of 80s kind of X-Files thing. It looks Stranger Things inspired, and there's the sort of mood of it and the soundtrack of it. It's got that sort of vibe. Could be well worth looking at, this one. Crossing Souls. It's out this week.
Yeah, looking at it.
Looks nice. Really stylized.
Cool. Yeah.
Worth a look. We've also got The Longest 5 Minutes, which is coming to Switch, Vita and PC. And this is a really old school Zelda-esque sort of RPG with your turn-based combat, your pixel art, traversing the overworld, going into caves, all of that sort of thing. We've got Secret of Mana on PS4, PC and Vita, remake of the old 3D RPG, Secret of Mana, however you want to say it. You fill your boots.
My name.
Long Gone Days on PC, a modern RPG, kind of a cop drama RPG, and that is the 6th RPG that is releasing this week, buddy.
RPG week.
It is RPG week. And then elsewhere, we've got Bayonetta 1 and 2 collection coming to Switch. It's Bayonetta, great games. And finally, Fee, as we mentioned earlier, from EA. This is PS4, Xbox One, Switch and PC, and it's well worth a look as far as I'm concerned, because it looks gorgeous, lots of really innovative design decisions in there, bit of 2.5D going on as well, buddy. We love a bit of that.
I fucking love that shit.
It's a good week. Like nothing like mega giant releases, but lots of really interesting stuff coming out there, and several games that we may well end up parting with our cash for. So, yeah, if you're into RPGs, then you're fucking sorted this week, buddies. You're away. And there you go. That is out this week. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with funk. Fuckwit Corner with funk. He's got some questions for funk.
Has he got any questions?
He's got some cheeky bits for us, buddy. Funk says this. Yeah. What's the latest on Far Cry? I've been loading up the PSN wallet, and it's feeling like the game of buying games needs winning.
Does.
Don't really feel very inspired by what's about at the moment. So, first thing to note is what Ash was mentioning before in his news favourite things, that if you buy the season pass for Far Cry 5, then you get Far Cry 3 remastered as well. It is unfortunately of the current climate that I have far more information about Far Cry 5's season pass than I do about the actual game itself at this point. But suffice it to say, it's set in Hope County, somewhere in the Midwest of the States, Bible Belt sort of region. You're going to have some sort of cult that you're fighting, and a whole town, almost like a province, that's been taken over by this cult, and everyone's kind of living in fear. It looks very interesting in that respect, certainly less zany and far more hard-hitting than other Far Cry games that have come before it. That co-op mode is a big selling point. You're going to have 2-player co-op all the way through. You can literally play the whole solo campaign as a duo, so that's pretty exciting. It's out on the 27th of March, so we're not too far away from it. And the season pass, if you do take the plunge and pick up that Far Cry 3 remastered, includes some very weird sounding stuff. And I'll read off what it says here. Hours of Darkness pack. Players will travel back in time to Vietnam to battle against Viet Cong soldiers. Dead living zombies. Players will face hordes of zombies in multiple B-movie scenarios. Lost on Mars. Players will leave Earth behind and go toe-to-claws with Martian arachnids.
I haven't got a fucking clue what that's
I don't know. I mean, how are odds with the fucking game that they have presented us so far is that? That's so weird.
It's fucking... Why not?
Does that suggest there's going to be supernatural or sci-fi elements to the main game, or is that just
had, what was it, Blood Dragon? Was it Far Cry Blood Dragon?
They did, I suppose, yeah.
Fucking weird, wasn't it? I mean,
do you not think it compromises the launch of the main game a little bit, though, to start talking about Martian arachnids? Anyone?
Maybe.
No?
Yes. Yeah.
Time travel, zombies, and fucking Martian spiders.
They got it all, mate.
Is that really what you want, though, when you're trying to sell a dark, sort of compelling experience about religion? I don't know. What do I fucking know, mate? I don't run any of this shit.
I feel like this is another answer like Nintendo was. You can just be like, Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Fuck knows, mate. Anyway, there you go. Funk's not the sort of person who would buy a season pass usually anyway. So probably all of that was completely irrelevant to you, but that's what they're sort of peddling at this point. Either way, the main question with Far Cry has always been, basically since the first game, can they create a game that doesn't feel sterile and empty with busy work in it? Can they create... It always looks amazing, the story is often quite compelling, but everything around it is a little bit devoid of content to me, and that's what's always put me off ever since Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3. I've never really quite got into them like I did that first game when I was just so amazed by a tropical landscape, and graphically it was just insane. This one has the potential to be very different from that, a very interesting game world. It's just whether you fancy Ubisoft can pull that off. So yeah, that's what I think, buddy.
We shall see.
Is that something you would like to pick up on launch day? Is that something that you're really, really excited about or interested in, or do you not give a flying fuck about it?
Possibly. I'm interested. I would like to see some footage of the gameplay and some reviews before making the purchase.
Yeah, because we've only had that little bit of gameplay from E3, which they peddled out with the water tower and the little village roadblock type thing. There's not been a great deal of other stuff so far.
Indeed.
Certainly fun to play through it as a 2, though, I'm sure. Well, there we go. Next from Funk, he says, XCOM's definitely a bargain in my opinion. You remember we mentioned, I think it was last week, that's in the sale really low at the moment. You'd easily get 30 hours out of that fucker. And then finally from Funk, he says, and FYI, Schley having 4 litres of water a day, drinking when you're not thirsty is retarded. It was a marketing ploy by sports drink makers and resulted in the deaths of a bunch of marathon runners. All it does is dilute the salts in your bloodstream and is not healthy. If you're thirsty, have a drink, and if you aren't, then don't.
I should have been a bit more specific. I was just replacing other drinks with water. Yeah. It's not like I was having like my 4 or 5 cups of coffee as well as like loads of water. Yeah. So, yeah. No,
you weren't coming home from work at like 5:30 and just necking like a massive 4 litre bottle, just like glug, 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 like
just gotta get it in me. I'm done. Yeah, water done. No, and so it's just more of a healthier thing of just replacing like the drinks that I was having with water in a way.
Rather than drinking till it hurts.
I've got to go. I set my watch by it. Time to drink my water.
You're drinking alongside your beer.
Obviously. It's my water chaser.
No. Well, thank you for your concern, though, anyway.
Indeed.
Funk.
Thank you very much, buddy.
It's good shit.
Much appreciated.
And thanks very much for all that, Funk. Every week, we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk. And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we want to know. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So
Hit us up and be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We want to know.
Get on the show.
Get on the show. And on the show this week, buddy, is your little chat with JJ, because you asked him the question about how he was getting on with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I didn't expect this reply.
Yeah, he came back with all sorts of interesting insight into it. And before we go into this, are you genuinely interested in perhaps picking this game up?
Yeah and no. Yeah, because, like, buying games, you know.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, there's fuck all out at the moment. And I'm like, I could do with a new game. And it's got co-op elements. And if I like it, I can get some dads to buy it. And then we'll be like, yeah, Monster Hunting.
Yeah, Gibbons, fair play.
Things like that.
Well, this is what JJ has to say about Monster Hunter. He says, what I really enjoy so far about this game is when you do connect those big hits, it's really satisfying, especially if you break apart off them. The game is based on crafting to get the gear you want. You hunt a specific monster, and if you cut off one of its parts, you have a better chance of getting it. Haven't had to defeat the monster more than twice yet. Of course, unlike Destiny or Warframe, where you burn through something, it takes you 20 to 30 minutes to kill one of these monsters.
That's pretty intense. I also like to think that the part is obviously the dong.
Oh yeah, you're going to want that big old stabber.
You need the foreskin for your new helmet.
For a helm. Yeah. Your helm hat. Yep. Beautiful. Like Petr Cech. Lovely. JJ says, I haven't actually played it with anyone I know, but have sent some SOS flares, and it feels kind of like Journey when somebody joins and you spend a half hour battling, then after you defeat the monster, poof, they're gone.
Quite like old Bloodborne as well, with the ringing of the bell.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You can just basically get some hired help come in, and then they leave you to it afterwards. It's quite an elegant mechanic.
Yeah, it's very cool.
JJ says, so in closing, to close my novel of the controls feel average at best, but I feel like I'm improving after every fight. I'm really enjoying the shit out of a game that's not normally my bag. I can also imagine actually playing it with buddies would make it better still. Oh yeah, the online is probably the clunkiest part of the whole thing, but from what I've heard, it's manageable. That'll teach you asking me shit. Thanks so much for all of that, JJ. So
my bad.
So yeah, I mean, I suppose with your dad clan, if that was something that they were all interested in,
to get involved in, it's another looter, isn't it? The thing that kind of struck out to me was the bit where he says, it's not normally my bag. And I was like thinking, fucking Persona 5, that's not normally my bag. And I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, you got loads of fun out of that, didn't you?
And that's the thing, because I stuck it out, like you say, for that hour and a half. And then you get into it and you're like, oh, shit, son.
It's that magic 90 minutes, I think, where you really are informed at that point.
I don't know. If I do buy it, it'll be in the next week or so. But I don't know. I've got the Division obviously playing right now, and that's keeping me at bay.
And you got your Destiny new thingies to get as well.
Yeah, get me Valentine's Day Destiny stuff to get.
And you've just started making your list of games you need to play as well.
Exactly. So probably not a good time to buy a game. I feel like it's a game that I should play at some point. So maybe it's a case of
really
picking this up. Yeah, exactly. But you know what I said. Dead Island Syndrome.
Gibbons. Yeah, very true.
Like, no games have come out since November, maybe.
It's been ages. This feels like one of the longest droughts we've ever had.
Yeah, it's crazy. And over Christmas and stuff like that. I mean, luckily I've been busy with obviously Destiny, but I got the Switch, been playing Mario and Stardew Valley and stuff. So I mean, I've been keeping myself busy, and you've gone back to Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. So
yeah, I've gone back into our library, so that's kept me going.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I feel like this is the time to go back and do these games until March time hits, and shit, we've got Far Cry 5 and God of War and shit coming at us.
Yeah, it's definitely going to pick up in the next few weeks. It's got to get through February, really.
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, you'll have your VR by the end of that, hopefully.
I'm so excited.
You'll be fine.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, buddy. I would be too.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you so much, JJ. Obviously, the chat on Discord isn't specifically designed to be part of the podcast, but you get a response as sort of detailed and interesting as that to people who haven't played the game, and you kind of want to read it out. So just be aware that if you do chat with us in that chat section, then we might mention your comments on here. So don't maybe propose any sort of bumming or anything nefarious or illegal.
It's still going to get on the show, but
it probably will go on the show. Yeah, we strive for content, so yeah, fair play. Just be aware, buddies. Yeah. So thanks so much for that, JJ. So I think that'll about do us, buddy, for episode 149. Holy shit, 149.
How long's that? 3 years? I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. When did we start 2015?
Yeah.
I think it was.
I don't know. I'll go on the website. Yeah, 2015 apparently. February 2015. Jesus Christ, really?
There you go. 3 years of doing this.
3 years.
We've probably missed maybe 3 Wednesdays in 3 years.
That's not bad.
Whenever one of us has been away, we've usually got something out. I think there may have only actually been 1 week in the history of the show where nothing went out across like a 7-day period. So you're not bad. Can't speak to the quality of it, fuckers, but it's going out nonetheless. So
indeed, March the 7th was the very first one.
There you go.
When it was published, but our website went live before that because we posted some other shit.
Oh, we're doing articles and stuff. And then that first podcast, I recorded that on a Toshiba netbook with an Atom processor, buddy.
Yeah, I think I was on a Ultrabook or whatever they're called. Those things.
Yeah.
Now. Good times, not now, buddy. Fucking, I've got a laptop. I've got my fucking PC running, doing the stream. We're all about it.
Got me pro set up. No noise cancellation, a really loud buzzing fridge in the background. Fucking MLG, mate. All about it. What are we playing now, by the way?
I have no fucking clue.
Okay, let's do that.
We'll make it up as we go along.
Fair play. Maybe some Knack, buddy. Maybe we could play a little bit of Knack.
That would be fantastic.
Would it, though? It perhaps wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, let's fuck off anyway. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. You can find us at all the usual places, including our brand spankingly newly hosted website, www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk. You can also find us on Facebook, the JFG Podcast, Twitter, at the JFG Podcast. We're on all of the streaming video sites like YouTube, like twitch.tv/the JFG Podcast, mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro, sunshine. You can find us on there. Soundcloud.com/just-for-gamers to listen to, I think it's episode 121. If you fancy that, help yourself, get involved.
Cracking.
It was a very good year. Yeah, we're also on the PS4 communities, buddy. You can come and find us on there. Just jump in or use the app on your phone and get involved there as well. And we're also on Google Plus, if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We will be back next time. Until then, thanks so much for listening. I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
You've been listening to the JFG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. To find out more, head to www.justforgamers.co.uk, Facebook /the JFG Podcast, or Twitter, where we are at the JFG Podcast. Episodes go live every Sunday, and if you could pop onto iTunes and write us a quick review, we would love every inch of you, even if you got old and fat. Thanks so much for listening, and we will catch you next time.